What's up, guys? I wanted to hop on here and talk about Charlie Kirk's death because it's really been very impactful and it's very sad. And I wanted to speak my own words because I didn't really know much about Charlie Kirk. I've seen some of his videos before, but when I saw that he died, I initially was just confused, and I didn't really understand if he actually had been killed when that was on the news, because it was just like completely out of the blue. Obviously, with anything like that, it's kind of insane. Um, but I want to be real honest here, guys. I used to support Trump, and I kind of was just sitting in the middle. Like, I didn't really know what to think about politics because it's been so left versus right, and I really just didn't care for some time. But now, seeing the effect of Charlie Kirk's death, it's unbelievable, and I'm now kind of switching maybe to the right. I'm sort of still in the middle either way, but to see what some people have said from the left side is just insane. It's really insane, and I don't care what you think politically. Him dying, it's not left versus right. It's wrong either way. It's sad either way. That's a human being that got killed by somebody that is trying to stop freedom of speech, trying to stop Charlie Kirk from sending a message to people. And literally yesterday I saw a video of this guy that is a Christian. He believes that God was speaking about Charlie Kirk in a prophetic way. He didn't know it was Charlie Kirk at the time, but now I almost guarantee that he knows that he was talking about Charlie Kirk. And God gave him a vision of somebody in the higher ups next to Trump as a leader that got killed 3 months before it even happened. And all of what he said lined up with Charlie Kirk and how his death will, basically that what I'm saying is that the leadership, from what he described, matches with Charlie Kirk in that same way. And a lot of people in the video commented, this sounds like, Charlie Kirk, like this is literally, this makes so much sense. So I believe that, God had a plan for this, and that's, as sad as it is, I think Charlie Kirk's message will go so much stronger. And I think a lot of people that are my age that see what Charlie Kirk did are going to stand up and become big leaders in this country. And you cannot just take freedom of speech away like that. Like, that's whoever, remember the shooter's name on the top of my head, but the guy that did that, he doesn't understand how strong this country is going to grow because of this. And Charlie Kirk will be remembered as a leader and somebody that was not afraid to prove others wrong. He wasn't afraid of backlash. He wasn't afraid of argument. And a lot of people are afraid of argument. A lot of people are afraid to speak their word. And this made me, and I'm sure a lot of other people, want to take that extra action step to speak up, to become inspirational speakers, to become, conservatives, whatever it is. it really makes me want to be a more bold Christian in my life and to stand up for God and to stand up for others and help people. And I've wanted to be an inspirational speaker before, but this makes me want to go at a whole new level. So I pray for Charlie Kirk. I pray that he's in the right place. I guarantee he is, because he was so bold for God. He was so bold to help people. And most Christians aren't as bold as he is. So that says something. And I pray for his family, because that's such a brutal way to lose a father and a husband. It's very sad, and I can't imagine what he went through when he got shot in the neck. He didn't even have time to process what happened before he died. That's insane. That's disturbing. And I know that a few days have went by from this assassination, but I tried to make a video the other day, and I just had a hard time making the video. But it just has been affecting me more and more every day, because I've started to watch more of his videos and see who this guy really is. And so many people have helped grow his channel, and it's, like I said, it's just gonna become a bigger and bigger impact. And he absolutely deserved to be heard and to be understood, because, like I said, a lot of people can't say what he says out loud in front of people, and that's something that is really hard to do nowadays. A lot of stuff is now on social media, and everybody, it's so much easier to talk on social media than it is to speak like that in real life. So I'm gonna definitely just miss seeing what he does, because he's helped reshape America's views on this stuff. And these are not just ordinary topics. These are heavy topics that he talked about, that a lot of people are just so afraid of talking about, because they're afraid to be judged, they're afraid to be attacked. One thing that really shook me, and I thought this pretty quickly when he got assassinated, is that in the Bible, it literally says Christians in the end times will be persecuted for speaking the word of Jesus. And he spoke the word of Jesus over this generation. And the enemy targeted him because of how bold he was, because of how courageous he was, and how he stood firm for the gospel. And again, wasn't afraid to speak about things that are really impacting this generation with an open mind and an open heart. And that's what makes this so impactful. I feel like it's always the people that are bold and loving and try their hardest in life that get killed way too early or die way too early. And Charlie Kirk is one of those guys. He's one of those guys that, his life was gone way too soon. Way too soon. And, I just want to say, I don't care what your political views are. I don't care. You should still understand that this is a human life that has been taken. I've seen so many people support him and also attack him for no reason. for no reason, just because you don't agree on what he says, his views, doesn't give you the right to say it's okay for him, like, to laugh at him for dying. Like, imagine if you got killed in that way for speaking what you loved, or to speak on your mind is what I meant to say. To speak your mind, and you get killed, and then people laugh at you for that. How would you feel? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Imagine that you died and you were in heaven and you were looking down and you saw people mock you and laugh at you for being killed by some sick person that disagrees. It's disgusting. It's literally disgusting. And man, I know that this is going to end up bringing the nation closer, but it is still deeply saddening. And he did live a life that, you know, a lot of people don't live. He has said so many things that most people will never have the guts to say out loud. So that's where I'm gonna leave off in the video. I thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe and like the video to show support to the that cut out a little bit. I had a timer that literally overtook my video. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. So like I said, please make sure to subscribe and like the video. I hope you have a great day. Peace.